Felt so loved even when I was 5-2 down in the third, still felt the love. So I'm really appreciative and super thankful. Yeah.
From the bustling courts of Manila to the sun-drenched hard courts of Miami and Auckland, Alexandra Eala has exploded onto the global tennis scene as the Philippines' brightest star.
Yeah, I think you did really well.
Since the moment Alexandra Eala first gripped a tennis racket in her hands, her journey has not been one of noise, but of quiet conviction. It did not take place in world-famous arenas under hot television lights. Rather, it took place on humble courts with a girl who wanted nothing more than to hit a ball back over the net to see who would come out on top.
Actually, in my mind, this is the start of the next season, so...
Years later, that girl would step out into some of the most famous tennis courts in the world, not only armed with her own personal aspirations, but also the collective aspirations of her whole nation. Still watching for free? That's wild. Hit subscribe before I send the subscription police. Now let's get back to it.
A really high level of tennis, and I think that Katie did as well.
This 20-year-old left-hander, born in Quezon City, Philippines, on May 23, 2005, has made history in the world of tennis in the Philippines at just 20. She has already accomplished what other players before never did. The wonderful shots, excellent play, and intelligence of this young lady have launched her into the top 50 in the WTA rankings. She made her breakthrough in 2025 when she conquered 3 winners of the Grand Slam and made history at the Miami Open when she advanced to the semifinals. She could have ended up as an unknown wildcard player in the tennis world, but has now become a national heroine in the Philippines in connection with the aforementioned incident. She has acted accordingly and has not sought to attract the limelight, which sometimes is common among most young members of any sport. Alex is left-handed. This is just one of those things that sometimes gets many of her opponents into major trouble during tough situations in a match. Of course, she is not a loud and colorful player on the court, but she is persistent, determined, and not scared of either herself or the others. Her 2025 year was the start of the end for her unknown status in the world of tennis. The thing that makes Alex's achievement all the more impressive is the fact that she leads a very regular life. Her extremely low profile, despite the extent of her achievement, nevertheless continues to surprise many. In fact, she's not the kind of person who does not like fame and a life of luxury. There's only one thing that's a priority in her life: tennis. Alexandra Eala came from a family that has sports in its lifestyle. Her mother was a swimmer in her youth. Her mom's name is Riza Maniego Eala. In fact, her mom won a medal in the Southeast Asian Games before moving into a successful career in banking. One virtue Alex got from her mother is discipline and the value of hard work. Her father, Michael Eala, though a businessman, has also always been a sports enthusiast. Alex's older brother's name was Marco, who also played junior tennis. The brothers would frequently train and compete against each other. Sports are not considered hobbies in the Eala family. They were taken seriously, but with balance. Education mattered just as much as training, and effort was always more important than results. Alex first held a tennis racket at around 4 years old. At that age, it was simply fun, but coaches soon noticed her coordination, focus, and competitive spirit. She learned quickly and enjoyed the challenge of improving. As she grew older, tennis became more than just a game. It became a clear path. She finished elementary and high school in Immaculate Conception Academy in San Juan. Later, she attended St. Pedro Calungsod in Makati. To juggle studies and training was not an easy task. However, one person in the family who was remarkably mature was Alex. Since a child, she had already been known to be composed, serious, and with a purpose. By the age of 12, it had become evident that staying in the Philippines would not be an advantageous factor in her progress. The competition in the Philippines had become such that it would not have any beneficial impact on helping her reach her ultimate potential. After lots of deliberations, Alex and her family took a life-altering step. She moved to Spain to continue training at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca. She was too young to be away from home, but it was a tough decision which she readily made. Alex had to adjust to a new place in a foreign country, a new language to master, besides a grueling regimen. The homesickness was genuine enough, but the desire to attain her dream was stronger. The Nadal Academy was no luxury. In fact, it was extremely disciplined, meticulously planned, and physically demanding. It proved to be what she needed. At the academy, there was a strict schedule that involved mornings spent playing tennis, training and conditioning, academics, and further training in the afternoon. There was no time for any other activity. Players were imparted training in discipline, etiquette, and mental toughness. For Alex, having the opportunity to train with some of the best young talent around the world was ideal to expose her to the art of playing under pressure, as well as learning to change her game style with every opponent that she might face. The clay courts of Spain helped her develop patience, footwork, and consistency. Over time, she added more aggression and variety to her game, especially on hard courts. These years shaped not just her tennis skills, but her mindset. Alex's hard work soon showed results on the junior circuit. At just 12 years old, she won Les Petites A's in France, one of the most respected under-14 tournaments in the world. In the final, she defeated Linda Noskova, who would later become a successful professional player. This win caught international attention and showed that Alex belonged among the best young players. In 2019, she was named Milo Junior Athlete of the Year in the Philippines. By 2020, she had climbed to number 2 in the ITF Junior World Rankings. These achievements were historic for a Filipino player and placed her firmly on the global tennis map. Her biggest junior moment came in 2022 at the US Open. Playing at Flushing Meadows, Alex won the girls' singles title, becoming the first Filipino to win a Grand Slam junior championship. She played with confidence and control, winning the final in straight sets. It was a proud moment for her, her family, and the entire country. Turning professional brought new challenges. The pro circuit is tough, especially at the start. There were long trips, small tournaments, limited prize money, and little attention. Alex began playing on the ITF circuit, where every win mattered and progress was slow. Alex made her WTA qualifying debut at the Miami Open in 2021. While she did not make a deep run, the experience was important. It showed her the level she needed to reach. In 2022, she earned her first professional title at a $25,000 ITF tournament in Chiang Rai. This win boosted her confidence and confirmed that she could succeed at the professional level. She continued to build steadily, focusing on improvement rather than quick results. The 2023 season marked a clear step forward. Alex qualified for main draws and won matches in tournaments such as Hua Hin, Osaka, and Guangzhou. These wins helped her break into the WTA top 200. Her left-handed forehand became a reliable weapon and her movement improved with experience. In 2024, she continued to grow. She reached the second round of the WTA 1000 Madrid Open, one of the biggest tournaments on the tour. Her ranking rose to number 143, the highest of her career at that point. Under coach Joan Bosch at the Nadal Academy, she worked on adding variety to her game, including drop shots and changes of pace. This video literally pauses right here until you smash that subscribe button. Don't test me. Then came 2025, the season that changed everything. Entering the Miami Open ranked number 140, Alex received a wild card into the main draw. Few expected much. What followed surprised everyone. She won her opening match against Katie Volinets, then defeated 2017 French Open champion Jelena Ostapenko in straight sets. Next came an even bigger shock. Alex beat world number 5 Madison Keys, the reigning Australian Open champion, with confidence and control. Her most memorable win came against world number 2 Iga Swiatek, a 5-time Grand Slam champion. Alex played fearlessly, stayed calm under pressure, and controlled the match from the baseline. With that victory, she reached the Miami Open semifinals, the deepest run ever by a Filipina in the Open era. Although she lost a close 3-set semifinal to Jessica Pegula, the impact of her run was immediate. Alex entered the WTA Top 100 for the first time, and her career prize money passed the $1 million mark. More importantly, she earned respect across the tennis world. Alex continued her strong form throughout 2025. She reached her first WTA final at Eastbourne as a qualifier, and later won her first WTA 125 title in Guadalajara. She also made her main draw debuts at the French Open and Wimbledon, another milestone for Philippine tennis. She finished the season ranked number 50 in the world. In 2026, she carried that momentum forward. At the ASB Classic in Auckland, she reached the semifinals, defeating Magda Linette before losing to Wang Xinyu. This result pushed her ranking to a career-high number 49 by mid-January. Away from the court, Alex remains private. Rumors have linked her to Hong Kong tennis player Coleman Wong, a fellow Nadal Academy trainee. The two share similar paths and have competed at many of the same events. Alex has described him as a friend and inspiration, and by early 2026, nothing more had been confirmed. Despite her success, Alex lives simply. She trains in Mallorca but does not own property there. When she returns home, she stays with her parents in Quezon City. She enjoys home-cooked Filipino food, milk tea, ice cream, music, and movies. She does not own a car, and her schedule is built entirely around training and competition. Alex signed her first endorsement deal at a young age, becoming a Globe Telecom ambassador at 8 years old. Later on, she partnered with Babola, Nike, and the Bank of the Philippine Islands. Her net worth is estimated at a range of $500,000 to $3 million at present. Her earnings are managed wisely by her, especially in her training activities. On the court, Alexandra Eala is known for her discipline, mental strength, and steady aggression. She is the first Filipina to reach the WTA Top 50, but she is not satisfied with that alone. She wants to keep improving, competing, and pushing limits. Alexandra Eala's journey is not about overnight success. It is about patience, sacrifice, and belief. From Manila to the world's biggest stages, she has shown that dreams backed by work can travel very far. And at just 20 years old, her story is still being written. Thank you for staying with us until the end. What aspect of Alexandra's journey motivates you? We would love to hear your opinions in the comments. See you in our next video.